guys, welcome to another Blackrock Mountain video. Today I'm going to talk about the most difficult boss of Blackrock Mountain up until now. He's called Chromaggus, he has 2 heads and is a dragon. So let's talk about the boss. The third boss of the 4th wing is Chromaggus, and he's an experiment of Lord Victor Nefarious. He's a 2-headed dragon that will give you a card every turn. There are 5 different cards, and the first 5 will be in the same order and they will all be different. First you will get a card that will heal Chromaggus at the end of his turn. Then you will get a card that will do damage to your face every turn as long as you keep the card in your hand. The third card is making sure his spells cost less. The 4th will make his minions cost less. And the 5th card will make sure that when Chromaggus draws a card, he will get 2 of them. So he will be giving you a 1 card every turn, and after the first 5 there will be random cards and the same copies of the cards you had before. You can have more than 1 copy of the same card in your hand, so make sure you clean them out of your hand, because otherwise your hand will fill up and you will be burning cards from your deck, and you don't want that to happen. Like you don't want to happen that Chromaggus gets ahead because you have the cards in your hand. On Heroic, Chromaggus has 60 life, no armor, and I want to talk to you guys about how to defeat Chromaggus. The battle with Chromaggus was the hardest up until now for me playing Blackrock Mountain, and the reason for this is the 3 mana cards he puts into your hand on Heroic every turn. Because on turn 3 the only thing you can play is the spell, the debuff he plays in your hand. And if you don't play it, well, you keep adding those cards in your hand, and on turn 4 and turn 5 you probably also will only be playing those spells, those debuffs in your hand. And after trying for 2, 3, maybe 4 hours, I finally figured it out. Sorcerer's Apprentice is gonna be my key card in my deck, my mage deck, with which I would defeat Chromaggus. And the reason for this is that Sorcerer's Apprentice makes sure that spells cost 1 less. So you can play on turn 4 not 1 but 2 of the debuffs Chromaggus puts into your hand. Another card that helped me pretty well was the Flame Waker, the new card you got this week. You can play it on turn 3, and then when on turn 4 you play 2 spells, he will deal 4 damage and hopefully will clean up the board on the side of Chromaggus for you. A Zombie Chow on turn 1 is even more awesome, and if you can play them consecutively, Zombie Chow, Sorcerer's Apprentice and Flame Waker, you're in for a good start in this fight. But make sure you don't get hit by Swipe in the early stages of the game. From then on I had some giants added in. Mountain Giants for if my hand filled up, Molten Giants if my health dropped pretty low. And another key card was Counterspell, because on turn 7 Chromaggus will play a Flame Strike, and you want to make sure that your minions, the Sorcerer's Apprentice and Flame Waker, survive this Flame Strike. So if you can Counterspell 1, that is awesome. And then, well, you probably have to deal with another Flame Strike and some 1 or 2 swipes. So make sure to try and keep your minions alive and add in that Counter Strike. That Counter Spell. Another key card is Kel to Zod. It makes sure that you can trade your minions, because Chromaggus will not trade. He will go for your face, and well, that makes sure that you can clean his side of the board, and even a Mirror Entity at the right time can give you more minions and help you defeat Chromaggus and finally put him to rest. Well, I tried for 8, maybe 9 hours to defeat him. I came up with this deck, and hopefully it will help you guys to defeat him also. So if you liked the video, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And here is my game and my deck list with which I defeated Chromaggus.
Jaina versus Chromaggus!
You asked for it.
I gave him 2 heads because I figured, hey, double the biting.
I'll show them! I'll show them all!
I infused him with the powers of all the dragonflights. He's perfect.
Someday I'll be just like you!
I'll show them. I'll show them all!
My work is paramount. Leave me alone. My work is paramount. Leave me alone. Stop distracting me!
I serve the Fire Lord.
Fools!
Stop distracting me!
Flame on!
Someday I'll be just like you!
I serve the Fire Lord.
Minions, servants, soldiers of the cold dark, obey the call of Kel'Thuzad.
I bring life and I bring life and hope. I will mourn I bring life and hope.
You dare challenge the dawn?
I will mourn
For Blackrock! Pray for mercy.
Actually, Chromaggus was my weakest minion. Were you impressed with yourself?